Hello everybody, I hope you're doing good today. I wanted to show you some nice effects you can get with mokume gane using regular textures but also liquid clay textures. Hi Sue, hi Lianka. Yeah, I am feeling better, but I can tell you it was the longest fibro flare that I've ever had, and I feel like I'm not completely out of it. Yesterday I had another narcolepsy thing. I think it was due to the sudden change in weather. Hi, Catherine. Because we went from 104 to lower 70s highs and lots of rain. So I think that completely messed me up. Anyway, let's get back to what I was trying to show you. So I made several Skinner blends and I didn't make them completely because I wanted you to see what I used. So this is all Premo, right? So here I have the chili red, a gold, and the burnt umber. Then here I have burnt umber with sunset pearl, sunshine yellow, and bronze. And here I have sunset pearl, sunshine yellow, and alizarin crimson. And I'm going to do these, and because obviously it's a stamped mokume gane, high silver, I'm going to have the top layer with, this is a white with just a pinch of burnt umber in it. That's why, remember that the burnt umber being a brown does have a certain quantity of red in it. So it's going to make the white, if you put the small amount, it's going to be a pink tinged beige. Hi, Ilyanka. Yeah. Did I say hi, Carlene? I hope I did. Yeah, yesterday I'm gonna tell you what I did. I normally have live broadcasts for my sponsors Saturdays at 10:30, which is a regular time, but it doesn't always happen at 10:30 because sometimes it's weather stuff, sometimes it's health stuff, so it might get rescheduled. But theoretically, it's supposed to be Saturday morning at 10:30. And last week, I wasn't able to have anything. And for the whole week, because it rained and it was horrible. Anyway, 10 days of hell. But yesterday, and I also had some issues sleeping, so I was narcolepsing left and right. So yesterday morning, my brain decided that I was supposed to wake up at 3:30. So I woke up at 3:30, had my coffee, and don't ask me why don't you go back to bed. I tried. It's impossible. I don't sleep. And I'm all pumped up. And I did stuff around the house, and around a little bit before 9 o'clock, I had breakfast. And then as I had done stuff around the house, my back was hurting, so I laid down on the couch. Next thing I know, we have tornado sirens exercise every Saturday at 12 o'clock p.m. The sirens woke me off and up, and I was like, oh my God. So this has been my life in the last 10 days. But anyway, so to get back to what I was saying, so I'm going to finish these and then remember, hidden magic is about doing a Skinner blend and then wrapping it in one color. I'm not going to wrap anything. I'm going to just do the Skinner blend. Hi, Lynn. That's a newcomer. So let me finish these. Now I'm going to go with a thick setting so I can get them more elongated, so that I can go with a thin setting afterwards and get them rolled out. And this is good enough. All right, now thank you for popping in, Karen. The good thing was that my fridge was stocked, so I didn't really need to do anything. And practically, I think the only thing I did for a few days was to brush the cats, because I cannot let, actually one day I wasn't able even to do that. I cannot leave Finnegan without being brushed for a long period of time, because he's going to get all kinds of mats, because his fur is so long. But they definitely enjoyed Mama having to sleep and lay on the couch and stay in bed. Usually they are upset when I don't pay enough attention to them. Alright, so the first one, and it's up to you what you decide to have in the inside and on the outside. I'm gonna put the alizarin crimson on the inside with this one. You can even make them a little bit wider and do one that way and one the other way, you know. It's entirely up to you how you decide to do it, because it's, and as you can see, you can make actually this out of all kinds of leftovers. So wondering, yes, I still did the live yesterday. I just popped in our group and said that, hey, look what happened. I messed up again. I'll be in half an hour. This is something that really upsets me, because until I got all these health issues, all my life I've been somebody who would keep their word. You know, if I made a promise, it was a promise. I had to be in the hospital not to keep my promise. But after that, because I wasn't in control anymore, you know, and it's killing me, because I want to do stuff, and when I promise something, I want to do it, but I can't always This was one of the hardest things I had to learn to live with. Okay, so now I'm going to put the brown in. And I wasn't able to bake for a while. Hi, Nichidi. Because remember that I had an issue with the power at my house, and had my nice neighbor who let me borrow the spare fridge they had in their garage until I managed to either repair mine or get a new one. Anyway, so my fridge is normally in the laundry room, so it's still in the laundry room, so I had to find room for this one in the kitchen. But the only place I could put it in the kitchen was near the thing where I have my electric oven, so I had to rearrange and move things around so I can move the oven somewhere else and remove that table it was on so I can push the fridge in that space. So this sounds very easy, but trust me, it took me several good days to do that. And then with the fibro thing in between, wasn't easy. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce these because I'm going to make two different ones, so you can see how you can do it with a regular texture and how you can work it with the liquid clay texture. So alrighty, so just plain reduce it. Always start from the middle and go outwards. And I'm going to do it in doubling these up. So that I can have various things going on. But yeah, this week we are supposed, actually today we are supposed to still have no rain, and then next week it's going to rain again, and we might even have some bad weather. Actually, no, tomorrow is also going to be nice, but after that we have from Tuesday till Saturday that it shows it's gonna be thunderstorms. But the good thing is that it's all with the highs in the lower 80s and the lows in the upper 60s, so lower to upper 60s, so it's nice. So you want them to be about the same thickness. I just did it all in one. Alrighty. I don't know why I didn't do this one first the same Anyway. Hello, thank you. So, yeah, I did get an appointment with my doctor because, you know, this never felt like this before. But unfortunately, I only got it for the end of October. And I guess soon I'm gonna have to get another appointment for getting shots in my hands because they started hurting. And I was looking when I had last did the shots and it was March, so yeah, 6 months pretty much. Yeah, I was thinking of making a new trailer for my channel, but that's going to have to wait for me to catch up with everything else. It's like things never stop in my boondocks. I was happily, because I'm doing some designs for Trish, I was happily doing my designs and everything, and then stuff wouldn't load. I'm like, what the heck? Because on some of them I'm using some online website design things. I'm all into free software, so I'm using whatever free resources I have. If you consider the clay being on the thickest setting, about 1 square pretty much, but it depends on how much you want. This is a very loose thing practically. It's not very okay. So I'm going to cut these in 2 again. And cut these like this. Make sure that they are well stuck together. And first I'm going to use my acrylic block to try and flatten them. And remember to flip them over all the time. You want to flip them over because otherwise the top layer is going to get flattened out while the bottom layer will stay behind. Obviously because it's stuck to the tile, so you realize why it doesn't move while the top layer moves. And as I'm going forward, you notice that I'm getting close to the thickest setting on the pasta machine. And it's just fine with this here, don't worry. It's just fine. Just make sure that from time to time you push in the ends, because remember, you know how when you're doing the lined Skinner blends, they have the tendency to go in a Y shape. Now I'm going to grab a piece of the mix that I made, and let me actually put this up here so I can approximately measure. And I'm going to get a piece that's about as wide as my thing there, and I'm going to get it on the thinnest setting that I can. And even try it a little bit wider. And then I'm going to cover this. Now this top part you can make it with depends on what colors you choose for the bottom, because you can, I made it all in warm colors, but you can definitely use cold colors or different colors. You can use a rainbow, but the top should be white with a pinch of something, right? And it's up to you. You can make it slightly yellowish. You can do all kinds of things. So I will be using this. As you can see, it's pretty much this width. And I'm going to go with this through the thickest setting on my machine. And there we go. And I'm going to try to make sure that now it is with these it's possible to go through the machine with them. The problem is that you'd have to make this much thinner, because this is thicker than makings. So let's give it a little bit of armor roll. I know it's going to be more than a bit more clay than what I need for this texture, but that's gonna be okay. So, and if you have any textures that are good for bracelets, you can definitely use those. No, it is just white. It's opaque white. It's not transparent. It's white with a pinch of burnt umber. Okay, now wish me luck. Remember, my hands hurt. Now this thing, because I combine the regular clays and pearlescent clays, metallic clays, it's going to have a little bit of mica shift here and there. And I'm going to resin it so you can see the whole, how the whole thing looks like. But now wish me luck. Alrighty, I think I did, except for the here where I messed up, I did a relatively good job. Now, get my eyes and get my napkin with Armor Roll to wipe the blade. And let's start shaving. This end part messed up, but it's going to be fine. Now, because this is the sticky white, I have to wipe my blade all the time, because it sticks. I guess Elaine didn't make it today. I hope she's okay. And now with the weather getting better, I will be starting to put the destashes together, so it's probably be before Halloween. There are some things in the destashes that are Halloweenish, so I'll try and do it in time so that you don't have to so you'll get them before Halloween. Going to have to, oops, why did I grab this? I'm going to have to redo a little bit here. You want to get everything that's still raised to get the full pretty pattern. And before I forget, let me remind you that PolyClay has liquid Cernit clay in all kinds of colors, and please do not forget to use my affiliate link. You can find it on my website as well as on the channel on here. Oh, I'm supposed to insert ads, but I'm gonna do that after the live. I don't want my live to be interrupted. They kind of made this mandatory. Because before I could just do you know, the live without ads and just add them afterwards in the settings, but now they want you to do ads while you're broadcasting. But you know what, it's their website. It's not like we have a lot of say in this. And you can also do the Hidden Magic Skinner blends. And then do this with black, the top with black. Hold on, let me see what. I am so sorry to hear about your sister. I hope her whatever treatment she's on works. I know ladies on that forum that I told you I'm a member of, that's got tens of thousands of members, and it's been a lot of help for me. I know members that have been surviving stage 4 for over 17 years. So if that gives you a little bit of encouragement to your sister. So what I'm doing now, I'm just retouching up here and there, and there's a Finnegan here. I figured out that Finnegan loves to come and play on this table because he sees me busy here and not paying attention to him, so he thinks that it's the bee's knees, this table. So he gets on up here and he does all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let me try and zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, after the last couple of Windows updates, my camera is not focusing properly anymore. It focuses for just a fraction of a second. Let me try and see if it does by itself. Gonna try and force it. No, it does that. 1, 2. Let me try and get the best of what I can get. See how it goes over it, but it's like just a fraction of a second, not enough for me to. It's very hard. And I did check on everything. It's not the camera, it's nothing that changed except the Windows update. See how I cannot do better than this. Let me try again to force it. No, it just doesn't focus properly. Sorry. What I wanted to show you was that there are little edges here that are still not cut properly, so that's where you need to do the touch-ups. And by the way, this is one of Sculpey's molds for liquid clay. Gosh, here's something in the backyard. I hope it's not a kitten. I think it's a bird. And a little bit more here. So, and you'll be able to feel them too, not just see them, because you want to get every little bit of this beautiful beautiful texture, because the texture is gorgeous. But by getting a little bit more persistent, the thing is that you'll uncover the underlining. I don't know if you can see. I'll get it a little bit close up, a refocus, so you can see better. At this point I think I can refocus. Maybe that will show better the whole thing, but to refocus I need to undo it. So, and we'll buff it after this. So let me refocus, because it's a different thing than zooming and all that. Alrighty, so in close-up, see, these are the little ridges that I was talking about, that I was trying to get. But as you can see, there are, it's color within color. And of course you can do this just without the lines, without the little rolls, but I think that the rolls just add an extra oomph to it, and I do want to get these. I still do want to get these. And you'll see what the difference is with the between this very delicate texture. So I said I want to get these, and this you can make a bracelet with, definitely, without a problem. And there are little bits and pieces that I still want to shave off. And there we go. Some lines aren't showing properly. even if it's a bit difficult with this sticky white. I still want to get it. That was a bit much. And there we go. And now I can just use my blade, but before I do anything I need to burnish it. And I think I need a fresh wax paper. Because whenever the wax paper crinkles, you can throw it because you cannot burnish with it anymore. You can do other stuff with it, but not burnish. So first use your fingers. And then remember, I always use my, let me cut this part off. I always use my acrylic block to press down, because a lot of times what happens if you use the roller directly, it might not, hi Donna, it might not do a good job. So again, feel. And remember, burnishing it properly will reduce your sanding time. You won't need to go with a lot of sanding, because I'm rubbing with a roller. I'm not rolling it. And I'm going to get the end of it and put some resin on it so you can see how it is, but I think I'm going to use this for a bangle. I cut it in length in half and use it for a bangle. Alrighty, so now I am good. I'll do that after the live. Okay, as I said, I'm going to get, yes, that's the main reason why you're doing the pressing. So on this I can use for just to give you an idea of how it looks like when it's fully baked and sanded and buffed. So let me just grab this part here and resin it up a little. Where's my, oh, I got all my mirrors are in the oven. I already have this, see, I already have this blank that I made, and I think that this will work just perfectly perfect. Maybe I'll make a little bit thicker one. But remember that I do have a tutorial where I show you how to make blank bangles. Let me actually show you. Give you the link. I did have a presentation of the bangle set. I think that this is, let me make sure, give me just a second. Why not jump on a live and No, it is not this, but there is a, let me, there's a live. There's a live, but it's a long live. And I know that this one I do show. It just uses the bangle set from Tiny Pandora, but you can do it just with measuring. You don't have to absolutely do it with that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, so let me put this on. When can I put it on? A piece of. Thank you. You know, it still, YouTube still puts commercials, puts ads. Can't live with them and can't live without them. I'm so sorry I had to start putting ads, but with all the inflation with after the pandemic, my disability is not worth as much as it used to anymore. Now, of course, on the bangle, I'm not going to use resin. I'm just using resin because it gives the same effects that you will see when the clay is baked, sanded, and buffed. So without me having to make you wait for all that. Now I can use any texture, and actually let me get the makings one. This is not it. Where's my making thing? Oh, it was here. I forgot that I got it close. So let's see which would be good. This would be nice, but it's not flowers, it's more geometrical. I'm trying to decide which of them. This one I used in the Hidden Magic tutorial that I already have on my, where's my mouse? On my channel. And now that they allow you to search on a channel, you can just go on my channel and search for Hidden Magic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. And I'm going to look on PolyClay's website to tell you exactly which is this one. Let me try and put it on something darker. Something darker. I got my mouse pad. So it's this. My mouse back. And let's look on PolyClay website to see where it is. So we go to stamps and textures and we look for the makings texture sets. So let's see. This is not it. It's not B. It's not C. Okay, normally it's supposed to be the last one, so let's go to E. But because I went directly to E, it's going to be D, right? Or H. It's going to be H. No. To the floral. You know what? I don't have this. I need to get it. That A, B, C, D, E. Oh, she doesn't have the F, and this must be the F. Anyway, let me try and find it on Amazon. B. Amazon doesn't have them either. Well, should I get a different one, or let me get a different one, because I don't want to show you something that is not there. And not break. Let's try the cobblestone. The connectors, that would work too. Where is my cobblestone? Huh. It's gone. This sucks. Let's go with this one, because I did it before, and these spirals are there. At least I know. So this is in set H, and you can find it both on Amazon and on PolyClay. All right, so let's go ahead with this. It's actually, and I've shown it before, it's actually a marble tile from Lowe's, because I was looking for something that's a problem always trying to find a good tile, and they are so expensive. So I just went ahead and I went to Lowe's and I looked. I actually had a video on it 4 or 5 years ago when I got it. And it's a I think it's 12 by 24-inch marble tile for flooring. It's actual marble for flooring. So alrighty, so I'm going to cut this the same as I did with the other ones. I'm going to cut this in half and then get it together like this. Only that this time I'm going to make it in such a way that I can get by the way, this is done, so we can look at it. So let's look at it in a little bit closer. So this is how it's going to look. As I said, it's going to have portions with mica shift and portions that are flat, and this gives a very nice look overall. But again, I'm going to just make a bangle out of it, and it's going to be sanded and buffed, not resined. Well, at least you did. Yeah, Teresa is awesome. I love her to pieces. We haven't talked in a while because I've been so messed up, and I avoid talking to people when I'm in pain because I know that I may sound grumpy or worse than that. And yes, this one I'm going to and get it on like this, so I can. All right, let me get this back in the machine. Stickiness. And I don't want to give it any air bubbles. So yeah, I don't think I would be happy doing nothing. I'm very unhappy when I do nothing, you know. Alright, so I said I was going to go this way with it. And remember that the thing with the making textures is that you can get them in the pasta machine. So what's the deal with this thing here? So what you need to take into consideration is that you want these circles to be outward. So that's exactly how you're going to place it on the clay. And this is how it's going to go in the machine on the same setting, right? And it's going to be a very nice imprint, good for shaving. And I just want it to be stuck to the tile, and I'm trying not to mess up the imprint. So there we go again. So this will allow me to make, even if it's not the same pattern, but it's the same colors, will allow me to make a set of pendant and earrings and maybe some beads as well. And of course you need to use the sharp side of the blade. It's not very stuck to the tile. Gonna press on the very end here. This texture specifically, in my opinion, I made a boo-boo, in my opinion, is very good for hidden magic, because you can show all the pretty color variations that happen. And it also almost looks like sound waves of some sort. Okay, this was not good either. But you can, it depends. You can do just the, without the cover, you can do just the rolls, and it's going to show quite a bit of coloring thing. This is why I prefer to not do the through the machine part for mokume gane, because that way the clay is not stuck to the table and to the tile. And especially when I'm dealing with a clay that is so sticky as this white is, it's a pain to shave. And my blade is pretty much brand new. I think I used it like 3 or 4 times total. It's of those blades that you can get over at Trish at PolyClay Play. You get the long one and the short one that's perfect to cut thin cane slices. But as I was saying in the beginning, I'm really happy that they did fix the outage in my area for the internet, because I was really, initially the girl I talked to, who was very enthusiastic but didn't seem like she knew a lot of what she was doing, she said that it's most likely either from my external line or from my box, and she scheduled the technician to come, of course, Monday. And then about a few hours later, I got a text from AT&T telling me, "We are so sorry, but you don't need a technician. There's actually an outage in your area." So I guess her supervisor checked her notes. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the... No, hidden magic is... Hold on. It's a technique, and I do have a tutorial. That an artist came up with, oh gosh, long time ago. Hold on, I already have a... Okay. And I actually have this. This is the tutorial and I'm showing you how to do it in that tutorial several ways. I'm showing you who came up with it, it's Jennifer Patterson, but she did it in a specific way, and I'm showing you how to do it her way, and then a different way, and then I'm doing it with the rolls being wrapped in white. Instead of black. And as I said, I use this exact texture for it, and as you can see, it looks very much like sound waves. And also I'm showing how to shave if you have issues with your hands, how to shave using a jar. If you have issues with your hands and you cannot hold the blade properly. Alrighty. So yeah, so that is considered the mokume gane technique because it's and my sponsors know, because I did show many tips and tricks on how to make all kinds of mokume gane. The thing is in how you the stamped mokume gane is very simple. You just put layers of clay, you thin them out, kind of like you would do for the regular mokume gane, where you have a stack and you deform the stack and then you cut shape slices. The stamped mokume gane is Nan Roche who came up with it. She came up with the regular mokume gane as well, and that was back in the 80s. But there are all kinds of ways of manipulating the layers that go in that sheet that you apply the stamp or texture on. And remember, it's very important what you're doing, what you're using, because a stamp is something that will imprint the pattern in the clay and will allow to stay raised the elements that are not part of the pattern, while a texture will allow the pattern to stay raised and be shaved off, exactly like this one here. So what I did in this specific one, as you saw, I did not wrap the rolls in black or in white. Oh, thank you, Darla. I wish I could do more, but as I said when I first started the channel, that the time will come when I won't be able to do, because every health issue I have is a degenerative one, so it will never get better, it will only get worse until I won't be able to do much anymore. So I'm trying to get all the little bits shaved so that concentric circle texture will. Now another tip, oops, not this one, only this one. Another tip, generally, if you're, it doesn't matter if you're careful, if you're not careful, but you will have some lines showing up, because as you shave, obviously your blade is straight, so you're going to have these little lines showing up where it's, and if you want to not have those, what you do, you go a little bit and you kind of very gently shave off some areas in it. So So but what I'm doing now is simply just getting the areas that I want to show more shaved, like here. And here. And I think at this point, this is it. This is pretty much it. Well, because everybody thinks that my name is Kalyana because I chose that name for the channel. And I chose that name for the channel because I wanted an auspicious name for the channel. And in Sanskrit, Kalyana means beautiful and auspicious, so that's why I chose that. Now, as you notice, because I did it crosswise on those sausages, I don't have the straight line anymore. I have a little curved line. So whenever you want to keep those straight lines, you always put the clay in the machine in the direction of those put together sausages. But if you want a deformation in those sausages, of course you can do it by hand, but it's easy if you just put them in crosswise. So you put them like this in the machine. But there we go, and this can go in a, I'm going to make pendant and earrings that will match that bangle, and it's nice and flat. Thank you. Okay, so this is it, and I showed you how to do 2 different ways with 2 different types of textures. And as I said, you can combine completely different colors. Here I went for warm, kind of fall-ish colors because it's September. And you can use just plain white, not a one that, like I used here, that I tinted it with a little bit of burnt umber, sorry. Or you can do lighter colors in those Skinner blends and then use a black or alizarin crimson for the top. You can use, for example, let's say regular cadmium yellow with pearl white, with the sunset pearl, with gold, and then what color would I would add some orange, and then simply put on top either the black or an alizarin crimson, and it will look so darn gorgeous. Trust me, try it. Or you can use, if you want something that looks really bedazzling, and if you have this or something similar, what I would work with this, I would do white pearl and gold and make these the Skinner blends. And you can do, you know, like white pearl, 18 karat gold, gold, antique gold, or stuff like that. Even leave the antique gold out of it. But when you do the rolls, make one roll with the white inside and the other roll with the gold inside, and then just alternate them, and it will be fabulous. With the black on top of it, it will be something absolutely fabulous and super, 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 super elegant. Okay, I hope that you had fun and you will try this for yourselves, and it will be beautiful. Thank you so much for your kind words, and I hope to see you next Sunday too. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.